Hello, my name is Oliver Bose, and today I want to talk about mental health. Now, I don't have any mental health issues at the moment, but lots of people who know me know that I have had lots of mental health issues in the past. But I think it is really bad that mentally ill people should be discriminated by other people. Mentally ill people tend to be discriminated a lot by other people simply because mentally ill people are discriminated all the time because it's a personality problem, mental illness. And when I go out into public, people look at me in a weird way. I feel discriminated, I feel hurt. But how do they know that I have had mental health issues in the past? I mean, when I go out into public, I act normal, I talk normal, I talk to other people normal, I act normal, my mannerisms are normal. But people do recognize you if you do have mental health issues, or if you've had mental health issues in the past. I don't know what the giveaway about it is, that people know you've had mental health issues or you've got mental health issues. If you've had mental health issues. But why people look at me in such a horrible way really upsets me. Like I say, I act normal, I talk normal. I do no disturbing behaviour, I do not talk disturbingly. I do not act in a peculiar way. I act normal, I talk normal, I walk normal. But people tend to give me horrible looks, and it comes across to me as if they think that I have got a mental health issue. Now, I don't know what the big giveaway about all this is, that people think I've got mental problems when they look at me. I really don't get it. But obviously, yes, as everyone knows, lots of people know now, that Oliver Bose, me, has had lots of mental health issues in the past. And I've got over them, but I don't know why people still stare at me thinking that I've got a mental health issue, which that's the way it comes across to me as, which is a bad thing for my mental health. And really the people with the mental health problems now are the people discriminating mentally ill people. The people with the mental health issues today are the people who are discriminating mentally ill people. Now, why should I be discriminated because I've had mental health issues in the past? I mean, really, in this society today, in 2025, racism is the same as mental health discrimination. Racism is the same as mental health discrimination. And I don't like being discriminated because I've had mental health issues in the past. And it's very upsetting to me. It hurts me when people make sly comments, look at me in a horrible way. But really, I don't know who these people are. I don't know who these people are who think I've got mental health problems. But that's the way it comes across to me whenever people look at me in a weird way or give me a sly remark, that they think that I've got a mental health issue. That's the way it comes across. But really, when I think about it, really, when I think about it, could this all be in my head? Could this all be in my head? Maybe I do have a mental health issue. Maybe people are not thinking that when they look at me in a certain way. Even though I dress normally and talk normally and don't act in a disturbing way. I never act in a disturbing way. But maybe it's all in my head. Maybe that's a mental health issue that I have to address. But maybe that's a mental health issue I need to address. Because I am thinking that people think that I've got a mental health issue by the way they look at me. Maybe I'm staring at them just to see a reaction from them. Maybe I am staring at other people just to get a reaction from them because I'm paranoid. Because maybe I am looking at people and they're looking at me. And I'm thinking something in my head, and really it may not be real, but the more I look at them and they look at me, they may give me a dirty look, they may think I'm staring at them. So really it could be all in my mind, me thinking that other people think that I've got mental health issues. Maybe I'm not being discriminated, because how can everyone know that I have had mental health issues in the past? And now I am well, and I dress normally, talk normally, walk normally when I go into public. Maybe the mental health issue is still with me, because I'm thinking that when people look at me in a street in a certain way, maybe it's all in my head. When people look at me in the street and I'm thinking in my mind that they're thinking in their mind that I've got a mental health problem. Maybe it's all in my mind. Maybe I do have a mental health issue. And that's paranoia. That's paranoia. But I know in today's society, mentally ill people are discriminated. Mentally ill people are discriminated terribly by the general public. But I also know that mentally ill people like me can be paranoid. And maybe it's all in my mind, me thinking that people think I've got a mental problem. Maybe it's all in my head that I am thinking that other people think I've got a mental health problem. And really, I don't know all these people I walk past in a day when I go out into public. I don't know them, I've never seen them before, and they probably never seen me. But maybe it's the way I'm looking at them and the way they respond to me when I look at them, that I think that they think I have a mental health problem. Now, staring at people is bad. I don't really stare at people, but I just get a bit paranoid when I go into public and I look at people and I think, do they think I've got a mental health problem? Well, maybe I do have a mental health problem, even if they think it or not. But I cannot read their minds because I'm not telepathic. And I wouldn't want to be telepathic. That would be a nightmare. But maybe I do have a mental health issue, because I am paranoid about what people think about me. Now, why should I be paranoid about what people think about me? Why should I be paranoid? What they think in their head is their own thoughts. It's got nothing to do with me. They're their thoughts. My thoughts are my thoughts. My emotions are my emotions. My emotions are my emotions. They're not theirs. How can anyone hurt my feelings, my emotions, when they are my emotions? How can anyone hurt my feelings or emotions when they are my emotions? No one can hurt my feelings. No one can hurt my feelings because they're my feelings. I can't read their mind. They can't read my mind. I've got mental illness. I can get paranoid. I can think thoughts that they don't think because they don't know what I'm thinking and I don't know what they're thinking. My thoughts are my thoughts, their thoughts are their thoughts. How can I read their thoughts when I think my own thoughts by myself? But I can be very paranoid when I go into public. So maybe it's all in my head, eh? Maybe people don't think I've got a mental problem when I go out into public. So really, this can happen to many mentally ill people. Many mentally ill people can get paranoid, even though it is common today that most mentally ill people are discriminated by the general public. And obviously, mental illness is a complicated subject. And I understand today in this modern society in 2025 that mentally ill people are discriminated. And also, mental illness is a psychological personality problem that the mental health sufferer has to put up with for the rest of her or his life. So maybe it's all in my head that people think I've got a mental problem. But why should I be ashamed if I've got a mental problem? What is my mental problem? My mental problem could be any mental problem regarding the subject of mental illness and schizophrenia. Maybe I should go and see my doctor. Maybe I should go and see a psychiatrist or a psychologist and get my head sorted. Maybe they can get inside my head and make me well again. Well, they can't do that only through medication, but really, they can't get inside my head because I'm afraid it's my head. My head is my head, their head is their head. So how can a doctor get inside my head? How can a doctor get inside my head? How can a doctor get inside my head when it's my head? How can a doctor make me well again only through medication? Well, medication is not going to solve the whole issue, is it? Medication can do so much for the mental health sufferer. Schizophrenia is a difficult illness to live with. And living with schizophrenia is terrible. Living with schizophrenia, living with paranoia, depression, alcoholism, OCD, Tourette syndrome, bipolar, post-traumatic stress disorder, borderline personality disorder, catatonia, schizophrenia, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Well, for mentally ill people today, all I have to say is this. If you have mental illness, don't bring other people into your mental health issues. The best way to overcome mental illness is to take your medication and practice psychological techniques on yourself to make yourself into a certainly better person than what you were suffering with your mental illness. Medication can do so much for your mental illness and psychology, but in the end you have to live with schizophrenia. Living with schizophrenia is terrible, but it's the only way to live your life. And giving up your life by turning to suicide is wrong. Suicide is wrong, because if you have been given a life to live by your mother and father when you were born into this world, then live your life and make the best of it you can. Do not turn to suicide. Live the life you have been given by your mother and father and live the best life you can. And make the most of it while you are here. Please don't be paranoid if you've got mental illness. And ignore nasty people who discriminate you if they do face to face about your mental illness. And just get along and live life the best you can. Don't focus on bad memories in the past. It's best to move on and live your life. Living with schizophrenia, living with depression. We are all living together in the United Kingdom with mental illness, us mentally ill people. Live your life the best you can. Live your life the best you can. Live your life to the full and try and enjoy your life and get along with other people. There's no need to be nasty to other people. Get along with other people. Make every step you make in life a big step forward in the right direction. Live life the best you can with your schizophrenia. And move forward in every way you can in life. And each step in life is a big step. Never be nasty to other people. Always ignore bad people. And get along with people. Be strong, be positive. Be kind, be caring. Be strong. But the people who do discriminate mentally ill people, then they're the one with the mental health issue. They're the ones with a mental health issue, the ones who discriminate you because you've got mental illness. It's best to ignore people like that because they don't understand mental illness. They'll just disregard you as someone who is completely nothing and walk all over you because you've got mental illness. But it's also good not to be paranoid. It's also good to never be paranoid about people, what they think about you. It doesn't matter what people think about you. It's what you think about yourself that is important to you, not them. Don't worry about what other people think. It's not important. What you think is important to you is important, because it's your mind, it's your body, it's your spirit. Let go of any bad memories. Run away from bad people and live the best life you can, in safety, in mind, body and spirit. And if you're paranoid about other people, then the best thing to do is to think why you feel like this and to identify in your mind why you feel like this. And if you're paranoid about what other people think about you, then search in your mind and think, is this real? Relate to logic, relate to the way you're thinking, but don't relate to other people and the way you think. But identify in your mind what you're thinking and think in a logical way, and don't relate your mind to other people. Just identify for yourself in your own mind what is real and what is not. Because you may be thinking this way because you've got mental illness. So if you have schizophrenia and you are paranoid, then it's probably just your illness. It's not someone else upsetting you. But at the end of the day, if someone upsets you, because they do, and you have proof of that, then it's just best to ignore people like that and walk away from people like that. Thank you for listening to my video today, which is called Living with Paranoia by me, Oliver Bose. Have a nice day and goodbye.